There are a couple things to notice about this dummy variable a that I used. First of all, I haven't specified that it has any length to it. Because I haven't told it how long a is, it just takes on this length right here, whatever I stuff into it. Temporarily, it's got this much data in it, so that's how long it is. And you will notice that this show statement that we used centered it on the screen for us at the bottom. It knew how long it was, and it centered it. You can assign a length to dummy variables. You can say, I want a dummy variable that's 7 characters long. And you could say a paren 7. It's just like an edit type. You remember if I look at the values here on this, the real fields, and I press F5 to see the edit types, they're inside parentheses. I've given them a length, a comma, and an edit type, low up, up low, dot zero, zip. So this is two things, the length and the edit type. In this case, I'm just giving the A here 7 as a length. Okay, A7, and since it's only 7 characters long, wouldn't you think that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's all that's going to fit in there. If I went to print this now, let's get rid of this my, okay? Going into our inquire update net, where we're always going, record 1 in the VG customers file, pressing update, pressing escape, and down at the bottom of the screen we have this is only 7 characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. FilePro did what we wanted it to do. Good, FilePro. Okay, go back to the input table. Let's make this long enough. Heck, let's make it 25 characters long. That will definitely fit that stuff, no problem, right? Okay, let's also put a comma here and give it a type. We're going to give it an edit type. Let's make it all up. Now look, I haven't typed this all up in all uppercase characters, have I? I've typed it in lowercase. But I'm telling it to stuff it into a variable. A dummy field is also called a variable. Dummy fields, dummy variables, get used to hearing them just interchangeably said. People do not make distinction between a dummy field and a dummy variable. Some people just say a variable. We're using the variable a. Some people, old type FilePro users, call them dummies. I'm using dummy a. It's just all interchangeable. Just get used to it, get over it. They're fields just like these real fields, but they're dummy fields. These real fields are actually variable too, but they're only variable until you store the record. And then they're hard and fast real fields with that data in them. This now we've set, I need a variable to use temporarily, a. It's 25 characters long, and it's an all up type, and I'm going to stick this stuff in it. And then if field 20 is equal to, I'm going to show it. Let's go roughly see if it works. Pretty soon I'm going to stop always showing you that FilePro works right. You just have to take my word for it that it generally will work right. If I press update, escape. Okay, you see what it did? This person is a dealer in capitals. All still making sense to you, I hope. Really quick, I'm going to give you one more little piece of information this time. If I were to say that, change this from an A to an X, obviously this code down here wouldn't work. And in fact, if I do this, what's going to happen if I press Y, check the syntax? Bang, I got a syntax error. It's pointing right to where there's a problem. FilePro saying, hey, I don't know what A is. You can't just use A indiscriminately. It doesn't know what's filled. It hasn't ever been brought into existence yet. You have to use A. You have to tell it. We would have to do this. We would have to say, show X. And that would work. This is now a variable or dummy field called X. I'm filling it with this kind of edit type on it, and it's using this stuff. So I'm doing two things here. I'm bringing this variable into existence, and I'm giving it its length and its edit type all in one shot, and I'm setting it equal to this at the same time. In other words, as soon as it comes into existence, cram this stuff in it. Okay. The other last piece of information that I want to give you is that I want to remind you that aside from single characters, we can use double characters. We could say AX. Okay? And over here, if I say show AX, any double characters, AA through ZZ, and any single letters A through Z. I believe that comes up to like 720 possible variables that you can use. Let's just make sure last. I'm going to have to do this just out of craziness. Update, escape, and yes, it does what it's supposed to do. It's using a whole new variable to do it. Okay, now we're going to learn something new in the next lesson.